Okay, Earth Angels, hello, welcome back to this channel, The Wild Earth Child. Today we're doing a reading on Who Are You Meant to Be? 3 piles as usual. We have them pre-pulled today. So, these are your cards already destined and faded out. So, use your intuition to which pile resonates with you. You could do more than one if you want. Timestamps in the description below, as well as all my other social medias related to spirituality, and outside of that, if you're into any of that, I make music, I post on my other YouTube, I do other things. So yeah, let's get into it. We're gonna start with pile 1, as you know, obviously. So I don't know why I said that. Bye! Alright, pile 1, let's see what came out for you guys. So, we're going to start with these. Determination, the intention to achieve, hope, belief, and fulfillment. So, hope and determination, that's actually quite funny. And then, Lala, the saint of spoken words. Every word I say becomes a prayer. I am the author of my own story. And then, Scorpio energy, work through your fears. And then we have the tarot cards. Seven of Wands, Six of Pentacles, Six of Cups, and Four of Swords. Okay. Well, okay, right off the bat, immediately, what I'm getting is who are you meant to be is already in you. Definitely inner child I'm getting too with Six of Cups here. Like, your inner child is a big part of who you're meant to be. So there's something about, like, you as a kid that I feel like you should tap into, if not already, to re-inspire yourself. Like, I feel like in moments where you feel, like, uninspired or like lost or unsure of who you are or where you're going, I feel like tapping into you as a little kid, even looking at old pictures of yourself, old videos, or doing things you did as a kid, like making, I don't know, friendship bracelets, or even playing with dolls, who cares, like, whatever, playing on the Wii or something, you know, like, doing something you did as a kid could be helpful too. But regardless of that, I feel like there is who you are meant to be is already in you. I want to make sure that I make that clear. That's the person that you are when you're not triggered by others. That's the person that you are when you're by yourself. That's the person that you are when you, like, are resting. Like, I don't know why I'm getting that. I mean, we do have the Four of Swords, so that actually could make sense. But I feel like you are the kind of person who needs time by yourself. You need to, like, you know, you can play along and, like, be a little social once in a while, but your social battery, you're one of those people with the social battery that's like, okay, now I need, you know, I had 2 weekends in a row where I went out with friends. Now I need 3 weekends where I don't see anybody. Like, that's the vibe you have. You're definitely the kind of person that needs to recharge by yourself. Because I really feel like I don't really need to tell you who you're meant to be. You are pretty aware of that. And if you don't feel aware of that, literally all you have to do is tap into your inner child and tap into, just spend time alone. Literally, you alone by yourself is really who you are. and where is the energy that is going to take you places and manifest all the things you want. I just think, you know, there's just a need for you to sort of, I think to make sure you take your own power. Don't let people, like, you were meant to be somebody who is in control of your own life. I mean, aren't we all in some ways? But you're one of those people that really, like, you other people's 2 cents is not really helpful. Other people, you might have had projections of people trying to tell you who you are or who you should be, and they're wrong. Period. They're wrong. You only you can say that. And I say that confidently for this pal. Some people don't know who they are. This pal, I don't get that vibe. I feel like there's a need to really ground yourself and do not let anybody let you forget who you are or who you're supposed to be or where you're supposed to go, or make you hopeless about things that are to come. Like with this pal, I do feel like there could have been outside influences on you, maybe even as a child, even now, that just project too much on you and just give, too much of their feedback that you didn't ask for. And I feel like just, it's in one ear, not the other. We don't have time for, and if you can, you cut those people out of your life, period. Because you guys, who you are meant to be is exactly who you are when you are allowed to thrive. Who you're meant to be is exactly who you are when you're feeling safe, feeling comfortable. I do feel like there's definitely a need to, for some of you, I feel like there might be a need to speak up more, to speak for yourself more, to put people in their place more, to be honest. Especially with saying of spoken words and work through your fears. Like, I feel like there's, like, you could have played it safe for a while at certain times, or you could have let certain things go because it's not worth the fight. Which, yeah, I mean, pick your battles. But I do think that there's something that's coming up in you that you're like, I am done. You are not going to continue to tell me who I am. It's not happening anymore. Like, I'm getting that strongly. Like, it's like, get the hell out of my face. You are not me. You can live your own fucking life and worry about your damn self. Period. Like, no. That's the energy I get from this vibe. I mean, from this pal. And I feel like if you're not already tapped into that energy, you need to tap into that energy. Do not let people come in and tell you who you are and deplete your energy and confuse you. No. You gotta stay determined on what it is you want. I don't care what anyone tells you. Of course, things need to be practical in life. We still need to survive. So, say for you, there's, you're working a job that you hate or you really don't like. But there is something like maybe creative that you want to do as a job, but that, there's going to be some building towards that. That's not going to happen overnight type of thing. Well, of course you want to maintain, a paycheck coming in at the time. So I would quit that job you hate, or, well, look for another job in the meantime that's at least better, even if it's not, related to what you want. Sometimes, you could find things related to what you want to do. You just have to look for them sometimes. But, you could still look for another job that's still not exactly what you're looking for, but at least you'll be less irritated there. And then on the side, work on the things you want to actually pursue and build that up in the meantime. So that kind of thing. Genuinely don't let anyone tell you if your goals are unrealistic or not. Don't let anyone tell you where the hell you're headed. That's not anybody's place in anybody's business. I don't care who it is. It could be your whole mother. I don't care. And for some of you, like, maybe that came through because maybe you don't have the best relationship with your mother, but for those of you where you do, and your mother, means well, it doesn't mean she's right, so, I don't know why that mother's coming through, but maybe that's relevant. But yeah, it literally, like, this says intention to achieve, belief in fulfillment. Like, you can have everything, just maybe not all at once. So who you're meant to be is your most authentic self, which, I mean, isn't that everyone's goal, really? but you're meant to be someone who doesn't take shit from nobody, someone who's playful, someone who is lighthearted, someone who has that childlike nature to them, but in a second will put you in your place if you want to play with me. Do not let anyone play with you, pile 1. Period. And if you're already in that energy, then that just means you're closer to where you are meant to be. Period. So yeah, pile 1, I'm gonna leave that there. I think that was a good vibe. I think I'm gonna leave it there. Give you a little short and sweet vibe there. And yeah, I hope that this did resonate. If it did not, and you're still watching this for some reason, there's 2 other piles after this, so maybe I'll see you there. Otherwise, I'll see you tomorrow. Bye! Alright, pile 2, we're gonna see who you're meant to be. Alright, here we go. Joy, pure happiness. Okay, good start. Wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. Wisdom and joy. Joy and wisdom. Okay. Sappho. The poetess. I love every inch of my body, and I love the women in my life fiercely. It's time to release negativity and Scorpio energy. Pile 1 got Scorpio energy as well. Okay, and then we have the Fool. 7 of Cups reversed. 2 of Wands. And 2 of Cups. Okay. That's cute. I like this. Alright, pile 2. Hold on, I wanted to space these out evenly, otherwise it was gonna bother me. Okay. Alright, pile 2. Well, right off the bat, when this came out, poetess, you could be a writer or have something related to writing. I definitely feel like you're a deep person, especially with Scorpio energy. I love every inch of my body, and I'm like really focused on this card for some reason. There could be something about body issues here. I'm also getting, for some of you, that maybe you come from a long line of like very strong independent women, or very single women. Like, it might be a thing that's occurred here. Don't, if that doesn't resonate, that's fine. But I am getting that for somebody. Now, believe it or not, pal 2, who you're meant to be is happy. Who you're meant to be is genuinely satisfied in your life. I do get the vibe from you that maybe things are not very smooth right now. Things are not exactly the most fun right now. There could be a lot of anxiety going on, or a lot of bullshit that's occurred, or a lot of people that have done you wrong, or whatever the case. I do feel like you could be a bit cynical, a little hopeless right now, which is fine. We all go through that. We all have those moments. But I genuinely feel like who you're meant to be is very free-spirited person. Very spontaneous, very but also very, like, I just feel like I feel like you're meant to be just, like, sure, like, not confused, very confident, very harmonized with yourself, at harmony with, who you are and where you go and your surroundings and the people around you. Like, I feel like your life is meant to be easier than maybe it has been, or maybe you're perceiving it to have, to eventually be. But, Like, I just feel like you're meant to be a bit of a wild child, to be honest. So, you know, this is the channel for you. It's the Wild Earth Child girl. Anyway, but yeah, I feel like you're meant to be like a very free spirit, a very, like, you're one of those people that should not be tamed, should not be caged, should not be put in a box. You know, who you're meant to be is free, happy, optimistic, wise, excited. You could even be like a bit of a lover girl at heart, or a lover boy, you know, whoever you are. You could definitely have that energy within you that maybe has been suppressed. Because, you know, shit happens in life and we all start to become very jaded by things. I definitely get that vibe for this pile. Like, this is a bit of a cynical pile or group. But believe it or not, who you're meant to be, and I know sometimes when we hear these readings, especially when we're in a bad place, and it's like, well, where the hell is it? I get it. I get it. I do. I really get it. But we do need to maintain, as hard as it can be sometimes, that whatever glimmer of optimism we can get from whatever it is, we need to hold on to that in every moment in life. Like, things always pass. Bad things pass. Good things pass. You know, life is going to always be a big ebb and flow. Like, nothing will ever be straight and narrow and clear, and like everything's going up from here. Nothing will ever be terrible again. You know, I mean, bad things are inevitable. I mean, we literally all die. Like, we're going to experience people dying in our lives. It's just it's like weird because it's the most taboo thing, and it's like the most hard to understand thing, but yet it's the most inevitable thing that happens to all of us, is that we will experience people passing away. And that type of thing is very hard for the human brain. I don't know if maybe someone passed away that was important to you, because I don't know why I'm going on this tangent. But like, the human brain cannot comprehend the fact that someone's here one day and then they just disperse, and we have to just accept that. And even though we can't see them, they're still around. Like, you know, even in those like moments, like, that is the biggest thing that can happen to us, is we lose people important to us in that way. And we still have to maintain a connection with them when they move on, you know? And sometimes that can be so hard because we're in the 3D. At the end of the day, we are in the 3D. We could tap into the 5D as much as possible. But at the end of the day, what we're faced with when we wake up every day in our viewpoint is the 3D. And in the 3D, certain things are permanent. So, anyway, that tangent. If someone has passed recently, I'm sending you good energy, I'm sending you good vibes. Know that they are not gone. And, you know, it genuinely is better after this. I promise you guys. It genuinely is. With all the connections that I've had with people that have passed on, I can guarantee you that it is definitely a better life, or whatever you want to call it. If it's not life, whatever. Anyway, maybe someone needed to hear that. But, yeah, I also feel like you are meant to experience, like, genuine love. And that might be really hard to comprehend, especially if you've been burned over and over again by freaking snakes. Even though I don't want to shit on snakes too bad, because they could really represent something very positive, especially spiritually. But we're still gonna just use that. We're just gonna proceed with what I said. You are definitely meant to experience positive love, and that's not just romantic. Like, friendship wise, maybe if you have children or you want to have children in the future, like, you are meant to have positive relationships in your life. People that really change your perspective on love. And I feel like this group really is in a place where you're not really you don't know who is safe and what to trust, and you haven't really had the best experiences in that way. That's definitely this group for sure. And for some of you, you could even be with someone right now who's really changing your perspective on that already. But yeah, this group is, you're definitely meant to be like just at peace, really. At peace, optimistic. You may be a writer. I was getting that before. There could be something about your body, like maybe being a model, maybe even sex work. I mean, go off, sis, do your thing, or, you know, boy, bro, whatever. But yeah, I'm even getting for some of you that you could have already had kids, and, you know, you could be having a hard time with accepting your body right now, or you could have been having a hard time with that, because, you know, it changes so much after you have children. So that could be the case for some of you. I do think that there's a need to sort of just be like at peace with yourself and at peace in general, and have people around you that bring you peace and that make you feel safe and that make you feel wanted, and let you be your free spirited wild self. I genuinely believe, and you know, if those people are not in your life yet, you know, manifestation, keep doing you. Try to live as authentically as you can, and really try to tap into like joy and wisdom. And if you are writing, go off, sis, or you're just being creative in general, whatever the case. You know, release people that aren't serving us anymore. Release people that are clearly not giving us what we need, are clearly being rude to us, are clearly hurting us. Release all of that. I promise you, it's opening up doors for the people that can come in and create real harmony with you. You know, and real excitement and real even passion here with the Two of Wands. So, pile 2, that's going to be your reading for this one. I hope that this did resonate, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye! Alright, pile 3, you're the last pile today. We're going to see who are you meant to be. Okay, grounding, here and now. I'm going to pull it down a little. Healing, restoring back to health, grounding and healing. Okay. Enhuduana, the High Priestess. I am one with my soul, and my soul is a legacy of love. Confidence is your key to success, Leo energy. And then we have Temperance, Two of Pentacles, Four of Pentacles, and Knight of Cups. Okay. Okay. Let me see here. I am getting, right off the bat for some of you, you could actually be an intuitive person. You could be a psychic. You could do this, like tarot and stuff. I'm getting that immediately for some of you. Ooh, I just got chills down my back, too. I don't know what the hell that's about. Clearly there's a meaning to that. We're gonna see what I pick up on, though. Okay. I will say, I feel like this is a group where maybe things have felt a little out of control. Like it feels like things have not been in your control so much. Maybe throughout your whole life, maybe just, you know, in your current situation right now. It just feels like a grounding really is needed, because it just feels like you are not really in control as much as you'd probably like to be. over your life and over whatever's going on. Well, I do think it's interesting that Temperance and the Two of Pentacles are together, because both of those are about balance. You know, both of those cards are about balance. So I do feel like there's a need. You could even be a Libra. That's coming through, because, you know, balance, that is Libra energy. You can have a moon in Leo. That's like me. I'm a Libra sun with a Leo moon. Okay. Anyway, all right. Okay. I feel like for some of you, there's something about speaking here. There's something about, like getting a message out. Maybe you're a singer, or maybe you, have a podcast or something. I just feel like there's something about, like, the voice. You could also be really in your fitness bag right now, I'm getting, or like really obsessed with your health and eating habits and that kind of stuff. I do think there is a part of you that is meant to have something when it comes to like your health. Like something about that is specific too. Maybe like you eat just organic foods, or maybe you have a garden and you know, make your vegetables from there. There's something about that, or maybe you want to do that, whatever the case. I do feel like there's something about, what the hell, health that's like important to you, or is going to be important to you, and who you're meant to be. But I also get that this group is like an energetic group. Like you guys, you're the kind of people that need to get your energy out. So again, fitness was coming through before. That could just mean like you're just an active person, or you're supposed to be active. You're the kind of person that should be active, because you've got a lot of energy, and you got to sort of have a release for that. I feel like this group is coming through a little more like practical, almost like who you're meant to be is like really focused on the 3D right now, and you know, in the physical reality, and not so much internal. I will say, I do think you are meant to be a little more selfish. Like you, especially when it comes to romantic partners, I feel like you are someone who's meant to receive more and not be such a giver. Now, you know, equal give and take is always good, but I feel like there's a need for you to experience being able to receive and not having to make it transactional. This could be something that's been instilled in you from, you know, parents or people around you, like this toxic idea that love is conditional. I do think you are meant to realize that like someone could do something nice for you and you don't have to do anything. You can just accept it, and it's not going to destroy the relationship. It's not going to make, you know, the person resent you or anything like that. They're not going to hold it above your head. Like that could have been something that happened to you too, is like people do nice things for you and then it gets held against you. Almost like counting favors type of thing. And I feel like you're meant to experience relationships and connections that are way more free-flowing than that, and way more safe feeling than that. I almost want to cry. I don't know why. Like, I feel like this group has had a little bit of a rough go at it when it comes to relationships. I feel like just in general, like, you know, from childhood to now, whatever. I just feel like you guys haven't really gotten to experience what, like, pure love looks like. You know, parental love or child love or romantic love or friendship love. And maybe there are friends you have that are good friends, and, you know, if you do, you know, keep them around. And they could have even already said this to you, that, like, you know, you don't always have to, like, do something if I do something for you, kind of thing. Or maybe you have friends around you that do have that expectation and they need to go. I definitely feel like you guys need to cut out people that are counting favors and making your connection very transactional. That is not at all how this should be. And I think you're meant to really learn and experience that, like, you can just receive things. You don't, like, you're not bad because you just accepted flowers and didn't give the guy sex or something, you know, like, there's just this idea that you have to constantly give, where no, like, you're a person too. Like, I'm getting for this vibe, like, for this pile, you've given and given and given to people that didn't really give to you, and you still gave to them. But if you are being given things or being given love or attention or whatever, and, you know, things don't always have to be reciprocal right in that moment. If you're in a genuine, like, actual connection with people, or you have these genuine connections with people, I got your back, you got mine. People, you know, can carry more weight in a day than the other person. That's how those things work. You don't have to constantly be meeting them where they are. And you don't have to constantly show up because they showed up, if that makes sense. Like, just in the sense of, like, in the very moment where someone is choosing to carry a certain weight or do something nice for you, or, you know, spend some money on you, or whatever the case, it's okay to just take that for what it is and be great, and, like, you know, thank them, be grateful, whatever, and call it a day. Like, you don't have to feel guilty if someone does something nice for you. And I feel like for this group that's a little bit hard because you're not used to that. And I mean, I kind of get it, to be honest, but I think there's a need for you guys to really learn what it means to be loved for just existing. And I feel like this group could be trying to learn that right now, or could be in the process of learning that, or could be about to learn that. Especially with the Knight of Cups here, someone could be coming in soon. But yeah, I just feel like this group really is meant to be someone who gets to be themselves for free and gets to be loved for free. Like, I just feel like there's a need for this group to take the pressure off yourself. And just, like, you're amazing as you are. Just, like, you don't have to constantly be at 100% and show up perfectly and do everything right and be good at everything. No, because none of us can do that. Nobody can do that. Not even Michael Jackson could do that, okay? Period. And so, yeah, pile 3, I'm gonna say, like, you're meant to just, like, learn what peace is. You're meant to learn what being treated well is. You're meant to learn what it means to be catered to, and to be safe, and to be loved, and to be grounded. You know? I feel like you guys, especially with Temperance and Healing here, they're both healing cards. Definitely a need to heal right now. Sometimes we do heal through relationships. You know, you can't really heal relationship wounds so much if you don't deal with other people. But I do feel like for some of you, somebody's on the way. Somebody's on the way. And you might be guarded, to be honest. There could be a need to sort of just let the guard down a little bit. I'm not telling you fully. Like, you don't have to fully let it down. Like, I get it. But, like, just let someone in just a little bit. Like, inch by inch, let someone in. And, you know, you might be surprised what you experience and the things that come through and the people that you know, that come into your life that you're like, why did this happen? Because you deserve it, girl or boy. Because you deserve it. Because it's time. Because it's finally time for things to be okay. Okay? Pile 3, I'm going to leave that there. I hope that who you're meant to be actually, like, became clear there. You know, you're meant to be a passenger princess once in a while. Jeez, okay? Anyway, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye!